Well, it's the middle of November, well, kind of, but getting ready to gather up the bucks here this morning and take them and we'll kind of, check their feet, check them for parasites, get ready to start putting them out here in a couple weeks, probably around December 1st, what we usually do, or sometime after Thanksgiving. Now we like to stagger them out a little bit, not put every buck out in every pasture. I like to do one pasture and then wait a few days and do another one. So if we do get some bad weather in May, it's when they would be kidding, then it doesn't affect everybody that's in the heart of kidding, because that can be kind of stressful. And usually bad weather in May, like a thunderstorm or something, it's just a quick one-day event. It's not like a snowstorm hitting, in March or April even. So yeah, that's why we go to kidding in May. And we don't like to be too late into May. After the first week or two, we'll have most of the kids born, for that matter. But I used to do it in March. Cold weather made it quite a lot of labor, and then I moved it to April, and now we're moving it back to May. We've done 1st of May for several years. Seems to work better. Your kids, or at least ours, aren't really ready for the market until after the 1st of the year, which is okay because it's usually pretty good by then anyway. I don't want them market ready in September, October, or maybe even November, really. December, January, February, maybe March, but just be some few really small ones that don't make it till March, So we're gonna be getting these up. We'll kind of go through them, make sure that they're good and healthy and ready to go to work here in a couple weeks. Yeah, you can see this one. He doesn't like to run. I wonder why. Oh, that's gotta hurt. He'll catch up. Yeah, he'll catch up. Well, I held him up to kind of wait on him. He's probably maybe a little older buck too. Well, it wasn't much trouble getting them in the pen here. We drive all our animals, lean them around with a bucket. Well, it's just not cowboy. But besides that, it works sometimes. And but if you got a bunch of nannies with kids on them, maybe, and it's summertime, they got plenty to eat, and it might work most of the time. But this works, I don't know, every time. Yeah. So I'll leave 3 or 4 here, because we'll be bringing some nannies here anyways, and then the rest of them will get their own herds. See how calm everybody is? Isn't that nice day. Okay, so hey, I talked about this in our school, but this is a good time to kind of show you. We have these pens set up in all our pastures. It's these cattle panel type pens. We can catch the animals up anytime, whenever we want to, and the pens stay here. We don't have to move them around, and they're relatively inexpensive. This one's been here, I don't know, maybe 20 years. So, but I always like to make a pen inside of the pen, so you could sort stuff, so you could maybe bring the other animals in here, and maybe you got some kids or something that didn't want to come up. You can close this group up and then go get the renegades, whatever it is. And so in this instance, I wanted to leave $4 here. I wanted to leave the dogs here. So I just walked in there and sorted 4 of them out, and the dogs kind of followed them nicely. But yeah, that's what I mean by having the pen inside of the pen. So this is the gate back here, and actually this pen, it used to go on out here. I had more animals here at the time. Now we just got these, I don't know what's here, 50 maybe. $50 stay here in the summertime. And so we didn't need as big a pen. We took the panels and took them to another place. Some of those are, well, they're falling down, but let's see, this is the gate I drove them into. And then off of this pen, then we've got where we back up to the load. I don't know, it's maybe about as wide as the trailer is, see, and the door hooks that, and then this is, well, it's simply a panel that I just curved it around to make a gate. It's wired right over here, see, and I'll open that up when we want to load some of these up, but that works pretty good, and then just wire off to the trailer. It's not rocket surgery, but it works. Now I put them on this pin, and so one thing I do, you want to load them up, put them in there. You got them in a small pin like this. It's not a real pain to get behind them and push them, so it's something you might try. I'm not going to say it'll work every time. Might not work right now, I'm showing it to you, but if you do it enough times, it'll eventually work. And that is to kind of walk into them, see, and try to force them in the opposite corner if you want to. Don't get crazy, don't push them through the fence, just irritate them just enough that they want to run by you. See, and just, oh no, they're getting away, they're getting away, oh no, they're getting away. See there. Now, they may not all load up in there. I don't even know if I can hold them all, but that's kind of a way that most people don't think of or think will work. And I think they're going to go ahead, and what they usually do is they think they're getting away, they'll run on up there. And as you can see, they're not real anxious to get out. Like if you push them in there, there we go. If you push them in there, then it seems like, oh man, run up and close the gate quick when they come out. But sometimes if you do it that way, they think they've gotten away, and they'll just keep going. And they won't. I mean, you can't leave the door open all afternoon, but they'll like it in there. They went in there because they wanted to go, not because you pushed them in there. See? So, well, that's pretty much that. And I guess we'll take them over to the pen. We're going to put them in until we get ready to take them out. Well, drive these back across the, this is a, what is this, an 80, or no, it's 160 split into two 80s, I think. I'll put them back over on the other side where they were. And part of the reason that those loaded so nice and I could sort those out and work, just easily, was part of that reason is because, well, I gathered them right. I didn't hoop and holler. I didn't have to. Didn't need to. It doesn't help. And I just, they've been driven before. This wasn't their first time. And just took them easy, and they weren't all worked up. And that's a big part. And really, that'll make and break your whole day if you're dealing with livestock is how you're handling them and how you handle them first thing that morning, whether it's cattle, sheep, or goats, or camels. That's it. And I'd recommend if you've never taken a cattle handling school, Hand in Hand Livestock. If you Google that, you'll find Richard and Tina. And Tina was Bud Williams' daughter, and they're still putting on schools. I don't know how much longer they'll do it. And Eunice, Bud Williams' wife, is usually at the schools, and she's a jewel. I mean, when she talks about how they used to gather wild cattle in the Aleutian Islands and well, really Canada, all over North America, really. But you need to learn how to handle your livestock, easy, and maybe you do. But if you want help, I'd get in one of their classes, Hand in Hand Livestock. All our guys who went to it, and it really helps. It helps your attitude too when you're handling livestock. Anybody get a bad attitude? Yeah, I have, but it really helps. So hey, that's a freebie.